What's good, it's Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back again with a brand new video. And today, I have some really big news that may not sound like big news until you potentially look deeper at it and what this news might mean a little bit further on the line in about a month or two when the draft comes up. There's a tweet here from the E-Rap report that says, changes to the Panthers staff for Coach Matt Rule. The plan is to move running backs coach Jake Peetz to quarterback coach, sources say, and to hire former Redskin tight end coach Brian Angelicio, which, by the way, Brian Angelicio is a dope name. Like, Angelicio's sounds like the most fire dining establishment I would never be allowed to get into. Anyway, he's going to be the new tight ends coach. Peetz's time at Alabama under Nick Saban gives him added offensive depth. Now, full stop right here. The very end of that sentence is what you want to really focus on. Don't focus on how Peetz was a running back coach. Look, for these guys who are assistants in that position coaching jobs, they've been on both sides of the ball most likely. They've jumped around from being quarterback coaches, running back coaches, receivers coaches. You'll probably see on their resume they've been coaches at every position on their side of the ball and some at the other side of the ball as well. So it doesn't mean much of anything that Jake Peetz was the running back coach last year. If you'll remember, the legendary Jim Skipper just retired this past offseason, so we brought in Jake Peetz. And Jim Skipper was huge. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jim Skipper is a legend. I have a video about him, his retirement, talking about him as well on my channel. You can check that out. But no one's we can't replace Jim Skipper. The point is, Jake Peetz is going to be the new quarterback coach for the team. Now, what exactly does that mean? Some folks might be so inclined to think that this is a precursor, maybe a hint, as to what the Panthers' plans might be for the future. Talking about the draft this April. I'll get to that in a second. Before I do, I want to talk about who Jake Peetz is and what his resume shows and how he got to this position to be the quarterback coach of the Carolina Panthers. The first thing to know about Jake Peetz is that he is young. He's only 36. We know our new OC, Joe Brady, is only 30. This is another young guy coming in to fill in a very, very huge position in any team, really, but specifically for the Panthers, where there's going to be a big emphasis on quarterback play. Not just this season, but moving forward. He has some scouting jobs and some quality control roles in the NFL and at the college level, but he didn't get his first real NFL job until 2012 when he was the offensive assistant for the Jaguars. After a year of doing that, he went to Bama in 2013. They won the big one. That was the Jameis Winston year. Bama was not even in that championship game. And honestly, if Bama's not in the final game of the year, it's not worth talking about Bama for that season. That's just the kind of level you have to hold them to. And it's Bama. It's Bama. It's St. Nick. You know what's going on there. Didn't win it. Let's not speak on it. 2014 through 16, he had several assistant roles around the league. Nothing really big or anything. But in 2017, he was the Raiders quarterback coach. And Derek Carr, you can see his stats right here. He didn't have the greatest year of all time. He actually had some of his worst stats of his career in certain places that year. But he made the Pro Bowl, so, I mean, you could say he's a Pro Bowl quarterback coach. I don't know. It's a little iffy there. I don't know exactly what's going on in the AFC that season, but look, he coached a Pro Bowl quarterback. It's on the resume. But in 2018, after 5 years in the NFL, Jake Peetz went back to Bama, and he was the quarterback coach. And his quarterback at Bama in 2018, who was that? It was the same dude who was the quarterback this past year. I'm talking about Tua Tagovailoa. Nailed it. Here are his stats right here. Pretty solid. Some things happened there, but it was a pretty decent season for him. They did not win the national championship game. In fact, they did not even compete in that national championship. They were there. No, they were competed, I guess. But when you get absolutely smacked by a freshman quarterback and Trevor Lawrence, did you really compete? It's hard to say there. But Tua was obviously and still is a very, very promising prospect with one problem, and that is his injury history. Now, look, Tua doesn't have just one injury or just two injuries. He has a slew of them. But for a Panthers team that does have some quarterback controversy right now, and I don't mean quarterback controversy as far as Kyle Allen or Cam Newton. I mean the team may or may not have Cam this upcoming season. And at the very least, the team might be looking at drafting a quarterback in this draft. You might not be looking at trading up to get the guy that everyone's looking at right now. But you may be willing to go for a guy who will probably fall to your pick at pick number 7. Tua will probably fall because of his injury history. 2018, he broke his finger. In October 2018, he had a knee injury. In November of 2018, a quad injury kept him out of a game. In December, he hurt his left ankle. And then this past October versus Tennessee, he gets another ankle injury. Tua has been nothing if not injury prone. Been very impressive, but he is injury prone. Everyone thinks he's going to have a really good career in the NFL, and he has the talent to do so. But there are some questions about just how sturdy he is. But the promotion of Jake Peetz from running back coach to quarterback coach, given his relationship with Tua Tagovailoa, it really does make you start to wonder, is this Carolina Panthers team looking at picking up Tua and maybe offloading Cam? If you're the running back coach for Christian McCaffrey and he just had his 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing season, why did you switch his coach from being the running back coach to the quarterback coach for a team in the very middle of having a quarterback controversy? Now, it's not so serious like a Bear situation with Mitch being horrible. Maybe even the Titans, where they're going to move away from Mariota. They may or may not keep Ryan Tannehill. The Chargers, they basically just sent Phillip Rivers packing, will not answer his phone calls, and they just told him to go home. Don't come back. Your car just don't work here no more. It's a more touchy situation here in Carolina because Cam may come back injured. He may come back healthy. He could have a long career, but it is the last year of his deal, and there has not been a long-term deal in place yet. And Jake Peetz's relationship with Tua might be a motivating factor for actually drafting this man at number 7 in the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft. Not saying it will happen, but I am questioning just why this man was brought in and then immediately moved to quarterback coach after such a good year for Christian. Look, man, Christian McCaffrey could have no coach and be just fine. We all know that. But putting Jake Peetz to quarterback coach with Tua in the draft this season, coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That's why I'm asking y'all, what do you think? What do you think about Jake Peetz? Think about him going from running back coach to quarterback coach. Do you think there's a motivating factor in him becoming quarterback coach and possibly a connection with the team maybe drafting Tua Tagovailoa in this draft at pick number 7? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know to do that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.